Well, here we have it. The loser bracket finals. Team Mist coming from a hard loss from Team Quick Play, and then No Name Brand crawling all the way up from the early losers bracket. So they finally meet loser bracket finals. They haven't met each other yet in the competition. So it's going to be a very interesting match. So we have Team Mist and Team No Name Brand. So Team Mist, being the higher seeded team and falling from the winners bracket later on, they got the first pick. Decided to go for a control map with Lijiang Tower. So we'll get it started right away. As you can see, you'll see that one person on No Name Brand is not their normal roster player. We're missing Sakudo. Unfortunately, he is away, so they were able to get a sub in. And in the form of Kotugi, known as a tank player in their friend group, so kind of fits well, kind of substituting Sakudo out for another tank player, so it works out well. Talking to the teams just before, had a really interesting take from Team No Name Brand. They did call out that Team Mist had a weaker front line, so they might opt to maybe dive the backline a little bit more, kind of force and pressure them out a little bit of their game, and maybe that will pay off. Team Mist, being the kind of the overall higher ranked team on paper, they might have the experience and the knowledge, the game knowledge, to back that up. So we'll see how that plays out. Alright, here we go. Starting up Lijiang Tower. Taking a look at the tanks lineup. We got Ramatra versus a Zarya. So going to be very interesting. Really high power team here. Maki on a Cassidy and Junkrat for Minute Killer there. And then Kimochi and Drastix taking for a Mei and Genji route. Drastix normally playing support for Team No Name Brand, but going for a DPS route. We have Zarya taking out the other team. Not very high power, but is enough for a team kill or team damage onto the Ramatra. And we have an early res here on the mage and trying to keep the team alive. We do lose to Kotugi, and the rest of Team Mist is still hanging on, holding on to the high ground. Oh, we do. Oh, great shot by Cassie onto the Mei, keeping her up. Another great shot into the Mercy. Do we have a cleanup on to the Brig? We do. So Team Mist takes over the point. I guess they mainly just aimed for controlling, getting the kills first, and then finally capping the point. And we have Kotugi kind of being trapped out, not waiting for the team. Falling back, getting trapped. There we go. Cleaning up the Kotugi Zarya there. The Junkrat's doing a great job. However, we do have a Mei kind of trying to dive the backline a little bit, but it was caught off guard, no support. Yeah, let's turn this audio down just a little bit here. It's a bit loud on my end. Okay, so we have pretty strong control right now with Ramatra Bongo Fox holding down the front door, stopping the enemy team from going in. Even though they use that Mei wall, I guess trying to divert the pressure off a little bit off the tank. Just try to regroup. But there's just so much damage coming in from Team Mist. Ooh, dash in by Drast. Trying to take out the back line, but not enough. The High Noon coming up for Maki. Taking out the Mercy. Forcing the Mei Ice block. Throwing out the Blizzard. Is that enough? Not quite, unfortunately. And we have a bit of a cleanup now. So we see that Team No Name Brand are trying to use that strategy where they called out the weaker front line, trying to take out the back line, but that dive is not going so well because they need that support to help out the Genji. So we see Genji, Drastix trying again. We do have a Blade coming in. We'll see how it plays out. We have a stick on it, and that's pretty much it there. So unfortunately, not enough. We do have a Zarya grab thrown out, but not being able to capture anybody in it. Only the Ramatra. Losing track of everything here. And kind of just, once they capped the point, Team Mist just held it and went from 0 to 100, only allowing 20% capture for Team No Name Brand. So pretty commanding lead. So I think moving forward here, for Team No Name Brand, they have to kind of maybe choose a different line of attack here. Instead of trying to maybe dive the backline, maybe move forward as a kind of as a death ball, the classic death ball comp, maybe just forcing the front line instead. They did say they have a weaker front line, so just push through, right through the front, and that might help instead of trying to aim for the stronger back line. Okay, so we have Bongo Fox staying as a Ramatra here, same team comp effectively. Whereas Drastix is opting for a Symmetra, going for the window teleport, setting up their base on the inside. Maybe the laser was kind of slow down the Team Mist a little bit, holding down the fort. An early elimination from Kimochi there, being caught out. Maki doing a great job of just making sure that they're not able to defend themselves, taking out all the lasers. So Symmetra not doing too well as a choice, because right now the thing with Symmetra is that if you don't have that bunker set in place, it's hard to re-establish yourself. So Kimochi kind of reaching out a bit too far. They're trying to go for another teleporter play, going for the kind of the back line, back door entrance instead. See if this pays off. They are split off. Lasers coming in. Maki's taking out the lasers, knowing that they're right behind the door. And then Minute Killer also cleaning up as well. So very strong offensive DPS lineup for Team Mist. Right, so we do have Kotugi switching onto a Diva, maybe to slow down that really strong projectile damage that Team Mist is throwing out of them. But we do need to see some more supportive plays from Team No Name Brand supports here. Right, the large spammy damage, doing a great job for Minute Killer. Symmetra, Drastix trying to do another sneaky play from the back. Not working unless you are, unless you have your team with you. So we do have a Widowmaker swap for Kimochi as well, hoping to pick out the smaller, squishier characters. But that shield from Matra is just doing a lot of work here. Matra pulling off, getting his ult soon. Maki holding onto the High Noon, and Minute Killer holding onto the wheel as well. Bongo Fox pulling off the ults, cleaning up the squishies. This might be it here. I don't think Team No Name Brand is going to be able to touch the point, unfortunately. So we'll see if they're in the second round they'll kind of opt for that more death volley comp. So right now, at the end, ults are going to be thrown out, just trying to close the map off here. Alright, so there goes game one, going to Team Mist. The very, very strong, kind of spammy, forward-facing DPS comp kind of took that game there. So hopefully, as you can see, Maki with the play of the game here, hopefully we see Team No Name Brand taking more of a front-forward comp position rather than trying to go for a split comp, going from kind of the backline attacks. So we'll see if that we'll see if they adopt that strategy moving forward. So I'll be checking in quickly with Team No Name Brand, see what map they would like to choose. Alright, so it looks like Team No Name Brand's opting for a role switch as well. So we'll see what they choose from that aspect. Give them a bit of a break as well, kind of re-strategize their game here, see how they can kind of change their comp a little bit to maybe help them moving forward into the second round. The Team Miss, that really strong, again, strong DPS damage from Mackie Minute Killer, just spamming the grenades with the Junkrat, the really direct damage from the Cassidy. It's going to be very hard to push through unless you have that team composition where you're able to just hold the front line and get kind of stronger picks from No Name Brand's own DPS lineup. All right, so it looks like No Name Brand has opted for Eichenwald. So let's set things up for Eichenwald. So going for a hybrid map setup. Gonna capture the point first, then moving on to the cart phase. And they also, No Name Brand's also asking for a role switch. So we'll see what roles or what positions they're gonna take here. See what who they're going to throw up at front and DPS and support. Like I mentioned earlier too, Drastics normally being on their supportive side did switch into a DPS role, so they might opt to go back. Alright, so yeah, so just as I mentioned, Drastics is moving back down to support, and then Sepia Viper moving back to some DPS roles. So we're going to switch the teams quickly, as Team No Name Brand wanted to defend first. So we'll get the HUD set up before we start the game. Alright, other than that, the rest of the lineup is still the same. Kotugi, their Team No Name Brand's substitute is still sticking with the tank. They know he's a strong tank. They're going to run with that. And again, just one small swap. Alright, so let's get started here. Moving back to the proper scene. Eichenwald. Again, hybrid map. Got to capture the point right in front of this really tall clock tower. And then a bit of a streets phase and into the final point, so we'll see how far this game takes us. Alright, so both teams setting up here. Doesn't look like anybody's connected. They're still thinking. Oh, there we go. So it looks like the comp is ready. Alright, so let's take a close look here. We have a Sigma as our tank for Team No Name Brand. Kimochi sticking with the Mei, and we have CP Viper sticking with his kind of favorite role here as a Soldier 76. Maria Bongo's opting for an Anna, and then Drastics going back to Moira as well, so the same characters they've been playing before. Bongo Fax on a Roadhog. Mackie taking the high ground, kind of the aerial fights with Pharah. See if Soldier might be a good pick against them. Minute Killer going to probably do some really strong kind of flanking plays with Reaper. And then we have a Kiriko and Mercy play. So we have a bit of a Pharmacy going here. So we love the Pharmacy, classic combination of support and DPS. And doing this job right away. Taking out Drastics on Moira. So the aerial offensive plays is really strong. CP Viper needs to take out the Pharah, but that support with the Mercy Pocket is doing tons of work right now. So CP Viper needs to take kind of better cover. Maybe needs some support from the tanks. But Gotugi just holding the front line, not really paying attention to the point. They're just being captured by Maki alone. So Maki doing a great job, just kind of just winning the point. So unfortunately Gotugi caught out, cleaning up, and the first capture done by Team Mist. Oh, May being caught out inside as well, so finally Super Survivor is able to take out the Pharah, but Minute just cleaning up. Again, that Pharah and Mercy combination is so strong, right? You don't really need to heal very much. Just holding down the damage is going to do tons of work for you. Alright, Justice raining from above on Pharah, only taking out the tank, but that might be enough here. Moving onto the bridge. Bongo Fox is chasing down the Ana. Will they see it? Hook. Line. Ooh, sleeping and the nade. Stopping the motion from the Roadhog, but it's not enough, unfortunately. The Minute Killer just closing in on the backside. DMCI Viper kind of sneaking in from behind, see if they can take up from behind, but might not pay off for them. So it looks like the car's going to move onto the corner just before the bridge. May ready for an ult. Kimochi ready with the Blizzard. Maybe they'll throw down to the bridge to slow down the offensive push a little bit here. Oh. Minute Killer with the Death Blossom, doing so much damage, stopping that defensive setup from Team No Name Brand. So that's all they need. That's all you need. Just slow down the defensive, stop them from setting up, and you're going to get the point.
Not exactly what I expected. What is that melody?
Alright, we do have Sigma ult popping out, but wasn't able to clean up anything. We do have finally the death. Oh, Justice rain from above. Great absorb by Sigma. We do have that Minute Killer just behind, sneaking behind again. They do not know. So maybe there's going to be a flank play on the supports here. We have a switch Bongo Fox onto Hammond, onto the ball, trying to get more of a dive going on because they know Minute Killer's behind them. Oh, Supervisor doing great work here. There's ults all around for Team No Name Brand, so we'll see if they finally use it to kind of clean up everything. Bongo Fox rolling in right into the background, not being noticed. Oh, sneaks right by the Mei, and they're going to disengage and set up for the next challenge. Minute Killer swapping onto the Bastion, taking more offensive damage here. Unfortunately, Kimochi was stuck on the corner. Kiriko ult being thrown out. Ults being thrown out everywhere. Both support ults going off for Team No Name Brand. Doing a great job. The two support ults kind of helping out the team quite a bit, and Kimochi and Supervisor are still holding onto their DPS ults. Oh, that was a bit of a risky high noon there. Going off on their own, just throwing it out at the door on the side. You need a bit more defense if you're going to do that play. Minute Killer throwing out the Bastion right away, zoning out the Team No Name Brand. Oh, but we do have Kimochi throwing out the Blizzard. Able to take out, no, not quite. Oh my lord. And then we have Kotugi throwing out the ult, only getting Kiriko, but Minute Killer and Maki cleaning up the rest of the team. So Mercy with no res, the team's just full force pushing right through. Maki doing great work. I'm just going right into the front door. And at this point, they're just going to hold down both doors. Prevent Team No Name Brand from advancing. Kimochi jumping right in. Still has May Ball, or May Ice. But it might have been too early here because, ooh, just missed. Unfortunately, it's not enough there. Switches all around for Team No Name Brand. But it might not be enough, and we do have Team Mist taking the first round, pushing all the way straight to the end. Alright, so we're going to switch positions here. Have Team Mist going to defensive instead. Oh, yes, it is quick play settings. We'll have to set up the map again. I forgot to change it to competitive mode. Make sure it's all good. That's my mistake here. Alright, let's go back to lobby. Whoops. We'll swap things up. Move, swap all, and we'll restart the game here. There we go. And we'll just run it through this instead, kind of manually set up the next round. And that's my apologies. Alright, now everything should be back to normal. Alright, so let's see if Team Mist is able to force through. Force through the game here. Force through the offensive. Okay. So, looking at the swaps from Team No Name Brand, they were able to hold that back or the end point a little bit better. So maybe they'll opt for keeping that composition moving forward. Team Mist still keeping with the Roadhog on their first point. Maki sticking with the Pharah. Pharah Mercy, again, very strong combination. Minute Killer jumping off the map. Resetting. Strange. Maybe they're just resetting things? No, not quite. They're just gonna... I mean, they have time to set up. Tons of time. Alright, Kimochi going for the Reaper play. Seeing how strong it was in the first round there with Team Mist on the offensive. So they're kind of adopt the same strategy. Sleep Reviver on the Ashe. Hopefully that... hopefully the strong hit scan abilities on Sleep Reviver is going to help with taking out that Pharah. They're going to stick indoors. Bongpong's not being able to see them quite yet. Bastion, Minute Killer on the bridge. Oh, Katugi being pulled there, dislodging it, so that losing a bit of defensive plays with the tank. Rock being thrown out. The Maki's just staying in the air, just holding down the fort on the front door. Oh, we do have Kimochi being taken out, but also took out the tank, so we only have kind of... Oh wow, I don't know if you saw that, but Maki doing a great job of protecting the Mercy, allowing her to res Bongo Fox. What a great play. And we have Kimochi taking out Bongo Fox on the Roadhog. That's a very common thing with Reaper, just doing tons of damage on heavier, larger hurt box tanks like Roadhog. So we do have a capture from Team No Name Brand. I guess Team Mist didn't really catch on that they were capturing the point, so here we go. Now we got to defend the streets phase. Pharah holding on to the ult, waiting for the team to advance through the door, but we do get caught out. Sleep Reviver noticing where they were. And here we go, throwing out the ult, taking out two people. Taking out both supports, so that slows down the advance quite well.
I will not waste this opportunity.
Oh no, unfortunately Kimochi being caught up from underneath. I guess he was hiding, wasn't picked off earlier, so trying to hold on to that ult, and unfortunately they got found out. Minute Killer just holding onto the front line with Bongo Fox as Ramatra now. Bob being thrown up by Sepia Viper, stopped in his tracks by the cart, being melted down by the Bastion, so that's unfortunate that we have Kimochi throwing out the ults again. So both DPS players on Team No Name Brand throwing out ults, hoping to get it to work, but unfortunately Bob was stuck by the cart. And Kimochi was caught out as well. We do have a res on Ramatra. Holding almost into his ult, going to chase down the squishier players, punching straight through Sigma's absorbability. Bastion doing tons of work from Minute Killer, just zoning out everybody, finishing up Tokugi, Maki throwing out another ult. So both DPS players are doing well on both sides. It's just, I guess the strongest supports here is kind of doing a great job right now. Oh, looks like Team No Name Brand is advancing forward now.
What a curious feeling.
Moving just into the overpass. CP Viper taking the high ground. Hoping to catch out the Ferret. One doink. Only one shot. After holding the front door. Blocking the wall. Farah going right into the back line. CP Viper is not able to catch him. Just hiding under the bridge. That's a very strong position for Maki here. Cleaning up both the tank, one support with Maria Bongos, and then CP Viper as well. So Maki playing that positioning very well, hiding underneath the bridge, stopping CP Viper from getting any line of sight. That's the best way you can play fair against a hit scan character, and Maki played it well. So we have CP Viper with Bob once more. Maria Bongos with the Mercy ult as well. Not many ults ready for Team Miss, however. We'll see if they are going to throw out any ults on both sides. Not quite. Mercy being caught a little bit. CP Viper doing his best, trying to take on the Mercy. So close. Not quite. Maki taking out Kimochi. Drastics cleaning up the tank as well. So the tank, Bongo Fox, is not holding his own very well at the moment. Oh, Maki throwing out the Justice. Taking out 3. Oh, CP Viper trying to hide. Again, positioning right onto the cover there. Sometimes with the hit scan, you're going to play a little bit lower, hiding behind the wall and cover. CP Viper still holding on to the ult there. Maybe they'll use it. Card is being pushed. Kimochi just hiding and teleporting behind. Moving the cart already almost to the bridge. Just kind of take a aerial view here, see what everything looks like. So it looks like Minute Killer and Amy are just holding down the fort really well. Just sitting on the point, knowing that they C9'd earlier in the first objective, not wanting to lose that again. Got 2 minutes left for Team No Name Brand to see if they can advance the point a little bit. Three ults ready for Team No Name Brand again. Bob being thrown out. Thrown all the way to the back line, not doing very much because he's stuck underneath the stairs. Maki just hiding high ground. CP Viper taking some pot shots, unable to convert any damage through. And they're back onto the payload. Maki holding down the high ground. Both offensive ults, both DPS ults being thrown out by Team Mist, zoning everybody through, cleaning up a little bit of stragglers. Maria Bongos caught out. Bit of a salute. She escapes though, so the salute did not pay off there, unfortunately. Sometimes you just got to show some mercy to the Mercy. "60 seconds remaining," as the announcer is saying. We'll see if there's enough time for Team No Name Brand to make it back to point. Kimochi teleporting on the point, throwing out the Death Blossom. Not enough, with the Pharah flying right above them. The Death Blossom is not going to do much at that range. Oh, do have Amy throwing out Kitsune ult. Switch onto Torb. Support ults being thrown out as well. With 30 seconds remaining, this is proving to look very difficult for Team Mist. And there we go, Bongo Fox and Mackie pulling down the front line. Bastion cleaning up Mercy, and that looks like this will be the game, unfortunately. Not much they can do at this point. Celebrating as Bastion with the ult, spinning the camera around. Team Mist taking the victory. Team Mist moving on to Grand Finals against Love Quick Play. Love Quick Play waiting for a while now, so we'll see how that game will look like when it is scheduled. So congratulations to Team Mist for moving forward. And Maki continuously being a really strong DPS player throughout this tournament. Knowing what to do against the situations when they have that hit scan on the opposing team, cover is really important. So overall, great game. Great game. Unfortunately, No Name Brand will be eliminated from the tournament, and then moving on to Grand Finals is Team Mist and Love Quick Play. All right. So we'll see if Team Mist wants to do a little quick post-game interview. Let's move on in there. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hi. Well, congratulations. Moving on to Grand Finals.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, you're up against Love Quick Play. They've been waiting for a while as well. So, great game. Maki doing a great job as Farah, playing the cover very well. Any strategies moving forward into the Grand Finals?
Just kill him.
Just kill him. I guess so. Just do better, right? Sure. All right. Any final thoughts?
I'd like to thank my supporter. I'd like to thank my mom.
Very humble. Very humble. Thanking who matters here. All right. Well, have yourselves a great night. Great game. And good luck on the Grand Finals when we're able to schedule it.